Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. Today's question is, do you know what Catholic social teaching is and how it originated? As we begin this series on the principles of Catholic social teachings, it's important to realize what Catholic social teaching is and how it originated. Catholic social teaching is dated, if you want, to Pope Leo XIII, who in 1891 published an encyclical called Rerum Novarum on the condition of labor. And it's been dated since then, and many documents have been written since then, but one of the things that's really very important is that all these documents are based on the scriptural notion of the human person and the Church's view of the human person. And so as a result, these many papal documents and many bishops have written documents offering guidance on many of the social issues that plague us to this day. On the environment, on poverty, war, peace, economic development, and so on, immigration. Many of these issues still continue to plague us, and these documents offer us guidance. Unfortunately, many of these documents are not known. As a matter of fact, they're often referred to as the Church's best kept secret. Now, why are they not known? Well, several reasons surface. Many of these documents are dry and abstract and really pose a great deal of challenges to us in such a way that they create controversies and disagreements among Christians as to how to address these issues. Another major reason is that because these issues are so vast and overwhelming, many Christians shy away really from facing these issues, not knowing how to really address them, and the challenges are almost overwhelming. But it is important to really go back and see what are the core essentials of the Catholic social teachings. And what we can say very clearly is that they're based on Scripture and the Catholic view of the human person. We know from Scripture, for example, that the human person is created in the image and likeness of God. And therefore, by its very nature, the human person is inherently has dignity, respect, and rights. And whatever promotes human dignity and respect needs to be fostered. Whatever really challenges or minimizes or limits human dignity and respect must be changed. And this is where Catholic social teachings come to the fore in offering a guidance on how to go about doing that. The second very strong corollary from being created in the image and likeness of God is the fact that human beings are not created alone. They're created for one another, which leads to the principle of concern for the common good. And what is the common good? The common good is that we are responsible for making sure that all people have what they need for a full human life. And we need to determine in the circumstances what is it that people need for a full human life. And common good demands, therefore, corollary jumping off of common good demands that we are people who act with justice. Now, what is justice? Justice, the biblical notion of justice, is essentially right relationship. This means essentially that we recognize and promote human dignity and human rights. Right? And so as we continue this series on Catholic social teachings, it's important to realize that these values that undergird all Catholic social teachings continue to impact the way we understand these principal Catholic social teachings, and we will apply these values to the various issues that continue to plague us to this day. Again, the environment, immigration, concern for the poor, economic and social development, the whole issue of environment again, and the whole issue of immigration, the stranger, all those things that continue to plague us today, we will try to address and try to really come at it from these core values that undergird all Catholic social teaching. Catholic social teaching, therefore, is integral to what it means to be a human being, a child of God, and they're constitutive, essential, integral to whoever claims to be a disciple of the Lord. In our Catholic tradition, the Vatican II Pastoral Constitution on the Church in the Modern World, Gaudium et Spes, really best summarizes the core value of Catholic social teaching when it begins with this very famous scriptural assertion. And I'd like to quote that to you from the Second Vatican Council Pastoral Constitution on the Church in the Modern World. It begins with this statement: "The joys and hopes, the grief and anguish of the people of our time, especially of those who are poor or afflicted, are the joys and hopes, the grief and anguish of the followers of Christ as well. Nothing that is genuinely human fails to find an echo in their hearts." So I hope this has helped to explain just a bit of what Catholic social teachings are, its core values, and where they originated. And hopefully you will return again as we continue to unpack the principles of Catholic social teachings, especially from these core values. So we hope to see you again as we continue this series on Catholic social teachings. Thank you very much.